Some people love Donald Trump and some people not so much, but nearly everyone can agree that something's just not right about the foods he eats and the way he eats them. From burnt steaks to soggy taco bowls, these are Donald Trump's worst crimes against food. In 2017, a reporter from the Independent Journal Review reserved a table at the steakhouse in Washington, D.C.'s Trump International Hotel, hoping to catch a glimpse of what the president ordered. And he was very surprised. James Corden shared the reporter's findings on his late-night talk show.
Donald Trump ordered a $54 dry-aged steak, well done, and ate it with ketchup.
And this wasn't the first time Trump drowned his food this way. According to his ex-butler, Trump would regularly order steak that was cooked so well that it would rock on the plate. Usually, it would be slathered in ketchup.
And believe me, I understand steaks. It's my favorite food.
Trump is well known for his love of fast food.
Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's.
And McDonald's actually might be his favorite of all. Back in 2017, it was revealed that his regular order at the iconic chain consisted of 2 Big Macs, 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches, and a chocolate shake. That in itself is a pretty bizarre order, but things became even weirder when, in 2018, Rudy Giuliani admitted the president routinely orders burgers with just half a bun.
Mr. Trump would like a hamburger to go.
First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Quadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of the great millstone that have taught me this truth, and to include the elder bishops on down, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Rakatham, to the elect whom this gospel is for. And so, I want to touch on this issue that the mainstream media is bringing out, that this individual here, DJ Trump, which is the current president of America, he's dealing with what you would call venous insufficiency disorder in the legs. And as I've already showed you the video, it's really all to do with the mere fact that he has a bad diet, especially the American standard diet, which is the worst diet of them all, you know, which causes a lot of problems. And I mean, you could tell by DJ Trump, he doesn't even exercise as well, you know. I mean, okay, yeah, he's an older guy, but you got older people that's his age and less older than him that do exercise according to, you know, what their body is capable of doing, you know. And he doesn't do that. So anyway, let's read about this disease that he has. Venous insufficiency in the legs occurs when the veins, particularly those in the legs, have trouble sending blood back to the heart. This can lead to blood pooling in the legs, causing various symptoms like swelling, pain, and skin changes. It's often caused by faulty valves in the veins, or damages to the vein walls. What is venous insufficiency? Venous insufficiency is also known as chronic venous insufficiency, CVI, or chronic venous stasis. Is a condition where the veins in your legs don't efficiently return blood to your heart. Normally, one-way valves in your veins help blood flow upward towards the heart. But when these valves are damaged or vein walls are weakened, blood can leak backwards or pool in the legs. Damn. Damaged valves, the most common cause is faulty valves in the veins, which can lead to blood flowing backwards and pooling. Yeah, so we've read about all of that. So really, if this doesn't get taken care of, he can actually die of a heart attack, man. Okay, but like I said, it's a combination of many things. Yes, it's to do with stress. Yes, it's to do with him not exercising, and mainly also the diet that he has. All right, and I want to read a few things on the standard as well. I don't have to read everything because I've showed you the video already, which gives you an idea of what he's up to in terms of his diet is concerned. So as this reads, Donald Trump's favorite foods and where to eat like the president in London. Today marks the 100th day of Donald Trump's second term as president. It has been a strange century of days since taking office. He has caused economic chaos, not just in America, but worldwide. He has threatened the health and welfare benefits for millions of U.S. citizens. He has failed to stop the Russian-Ukraine war, despite promising he could do it in a day On the other hand, he has taken the understated elegance of the Oval Office and gilded it grotesquely. It needed a little life. The 78-year-old said. And I mean, it's not Trump's fault why you have the U.S.-Ukraine war. That's all done because that's what the higher-ups want, and that's why they have that in the first place. You know, people are still silly to think that the president or the prime minister holds the highest power, man. Or maybe the Standard does know that truth, but they rather put these lies out there. Yeah, so it's a matter of taste. Something Trump cannot be relied upon. Making appropriate choices is not his strong suit. See, for instance, his pick for defense secretary. Yeah, we talking about his diet, man. We ain't talking about anything other than that. Yeah, his pick for defense secretary, former Fox News Weekend host Peter Hegseth. This is the true toot of his diet, which has fascinated people as much as his chaotic presidency. Trump keeps to a strange daily routine, and it has not changed in years. Breakfasts are reported to be nearly non-existent, save for the odd McMuffins, or some bacon and eggs. And in the book Let Trump Be Trump, written by former campaign officials Curry Ludowski and David Bowsey, apparently lunch is out too. The pair stated it was common for the then president candidate to go up to 16 hours a day without eating. So a big meal at dinner, then, if it's the golden arches, then the President Trump's order is 2 Big Macs, 2 Filet fish, and the chocolate milkshake, which sounds appalling. And by the way, the chocolate in America isn't real chocolate, man. You know, something that I've realized when I was there, because you know, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm from the States. And I've been backwards and forwards, you know, and I can tell that the American chocolate is not real chocolate at all versus, you know, chocolate that I have in England. It's totally different. I mean, the chemicals that they put in the foods in America is actually banned in many other countries, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why, again, as I'm going to say, we need the Heavenly Father to return to the earth, because we need to be delivered and saved from, you know, this devil all along. And I mean, even down here in the UK, we're being poisoned in a different way, you know, with this weather and stuff. So, I mean, if the food ain't getting us, it's the weather. It's the environment is getting us. But one way or the other, we're all suffering, man, in different ways. Yeah, and I just wanted to just say that, man, because that's just what came to my mind. As this reads, his penchant for meatloaf. The American staple of ground meat and herbs, which gets molded into a loaf tin and cooked to a grain milieu. Trump is also said to like his steaks well done, ruined and served with ketchup. Yes, I mean, if he's able to eat like this, man, then I mean, you know, there's no telling what kind of other else shit that he's eating. And this is the reason why he suffers from these problems, man. You know, because like I said, he doesn't exercise. He doesn't really do much in terms of getting his health right with this diet at all. His diet is shit, right? And that's why he's operating like shit, you know? And it's just that, you know what it is with Trump? Trump is just a guy that's just foolish. You know, yeah, he's the president, but he's a damn fool, man. The guy don't really know too much at all. You know, he's just an average guy that happened to be born in a privileged situation. That's all. Yeah, so yeah, this is Sirach 30 and verse 15. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life, or continued sickness, delicate poured upon a mouth. Delicacies, I think. Delicates, right. Delicates poured upon a mouth shut up are as messes of meat set up upon a grave. What good doeth the offering unto an idol? For neither can it eat nor smell. So it is that is persecuted of the Lord. Right. So yeah, this is very true, because when you do take care of your body for a while, you feel the benefits, and you do feel alive. You feel euphoric. You feel that you can take on the world. And so, but when you eat the wrong kind of foods, you feel the wrong kind of way. It's just how it is, man. Like, especially when you're older, because I remember when I was in my late teens, early 20s, man, I could eat absolutely anything, and it would take not a long time, but it would be very difficult for me to gain weight, especially belly fat. I mean, I didn't have an issue with that whatsoever. My metabolism, my overall body was just hella resilient, powerful. And that's just what's had when you're young, right? But when you get to a certain age, especially in your 30s, you start to feel different. And when you eat certain foods, you notice that you have a reaction to the foods that you eat, especially if the food isn't good. And even if it's good food, you have a reaction to the good food that you have. But when you're young, you don't really get that, So when you're older now, it's like you got to maintain what you eat, because if you don't, then you're going to end up having problems that's going to be harder to take care of, such as the belly fat, or it could just be even water sometimes. But what I noticed, the age that I'm at now, the belly is difficult to get rid of. It's difficult. So now what I have to do, I have to change things around and not get into carbs as much. Like, the way that I eat now is, my diet is based off of proteins and no carbs. And of course, greens. Gotta tap into the greens, most definitely. But I try to stay away from the carbs as possible, because that's what's really giving me that belly. That's hard to get rid of. So yeah, you gotta make a change to the food that you eat, because when you don't do this stuff, you're gonna end up feeling like crap, and you're not gonna want to be able to perform the duties you need to do. And when your body's well, you can perform and accomplish your goals. And when you do all of this stuff, yeah, it's euphoric. It's like, wow, I'm alive and well, and I can do the things that I need to do, and you feel good about yourself. All right. And also, when you eat the wrong foods, just to include, it makes you depressed. You're thinking straight. You got these stupid thoughts that come in your mind, as well as even Elder Apostle Gabar mentioned, when your brain is inflamed, you start to have these crazy thoughts. You start to have these silly, weird thoughts that come in your mind. Now, I'm not saying word for word as what he said in the video, but he was saying something along those lines. All right. And that's why we got to maintain our meat, because it does have an effect on you. It truly does. Especially when you get older, you feel it when you brothers that are like in their early 20s, you don't know that yet until later. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. But even some brothers too, that's in their 20s, they may be feeling that. Who knows, But I just know that when I was in my 20s, I didn't feel shit. So, I'm just coming from my own. I'm just saying that based off my own experience. I could eat anything. I could eat jawbreakers. I can eat chocolate. I can eat, burger from maybe a fast food joint or something like that. Chicken from these little side chicken joints on the side in the projects and all that shit. You can eat all of that stuff, man, and don't feel a thing, and lose that belly fat ASAP. But when you're old, you can't really eat that kind of stuff no more. And that's just what I'm now having to deal with. But it's all good, because I don't need to be eating that shit any doggone way. And what I also don't need is to be microwaving my food, eating processed foods. And that's another thing too. That's why, brothers, if you can't cook for yourself, it's best to get with a brother that can cook and show you a thing or two and figure it out. And so therefore, you're cooking. Because when you don't, you have to rely on certain restaurants and all that stuff. And then you got to go buy processed foods. And you don't know what's in these processed foods. And as well as you don't know, you may even go to a good restaurant that may serve you healthy food. But it's not all the time that these restaurants are up to scratch. where it concerns cleanliness. So the food you may be eating, it may be clean food, but the food may not be clean because of the environment is being cooked in a lot of the times, or sometimes, Salakia.